And then it's interesting because the Philippines, based on where you're located, it kind of seems a tug of war with the U.S. and China now.
Yeah.
And it's almost as the Philippines has to placate both superpowers to some degree, even though we have this long-standing friendship, relationship, the U.S. and the Philippines. And is it Marcos really a U.S. sort of, yeah.
Exactly.
Is Duterte,
his father was?
Yes.
Very strong ally.
Yeah.
And so is he.
Is Duterte the same?
No, aligned with China.
That's what I thought. Okay, that's the difference.
So not 4 years ago, we were solidly allied with China. For good or bad. Duterte was a pragmatic kind of president and said, we're not going to fight China. We can't even. There's no way we can fight them. And people
but when you say,
but they're taking over our islands and things like that. Because,
okay, when you say fight, are you talking about in what way would it be you're saying ultimately it could lead to something kinetic, but
yeah,
it's just more of a diplomacy thing.
It's a diplomacy where he made friends with them and didn't fight for our islands, which are now in contention, right?
Okay,
about these islands.
Which islands?
They're the shoals. These are islands that are considered part of the Philippines based on United Nations maps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, just very close to the Philippines. But China considers the China Sea, most of Asia.
Are they in the South China Sea, actually?
They're in the South China Sea. Are all theirs. So they consider a lot of islands that are close to Malaysia, Vietnam, Philippines, part of China.
Part of China,
based on ancient maps and things like that. And they're very Taiwan. They consider Taiwan part of China.
Yeah, right.
So those are contentious issues. So instead of fighting those issues, Duterte said, okay, all right, just don't hurt us.
Yeah.
And then let's do things together.
So what did he essentially give the islands to those islands to China, or are they still
without saying that, because we have a right to those islands based on United Nations court orders.
I see.
That we won legally.
Oh, you won this actually in a UN court. Okay.
Based on the United Nations, but the Chinese don't.
They don't respect that.
Respect that. They don't acknowledge it at all. In exchange for that favorability for China and the alliance with China, Duterte promoted a lot of Chinese economic activity here, which wasn't very good for us.
What was that in the form of?
Online gambling institutions, things like that.
Really, that's their contribution is online gambling.
Black, gray area. Yeah, it's like the crap of in industrial opportunities in China, which Chinese didn't even want, were allowed to come and operate here.
All through the Philippines, or just in those islands?
All in the Philippines.
All through.
Especially, I mean, these guys, they took over a lot of the commercial spaces around Manila and over here.
Oh, really?
To start off these POGO places, which are basically online gambling.
POGO, it's called.
Yeah, they call it Philippine Online Gambling Organizations.
Okay.
And within that industry, they were gray area.
There's also prostitution connected to it.
Prostitution, and so they would just be here physically, but they would hire mainland Chinese that would come over. And these were nasty people.
And do you think this was a conscious effort on the part of China to sort of plant these POGO?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But China is so big with 1.2 billion people that there's a lot of bad seeds there that couldn't find ways to operate.
Okay.
I mean, all the scams that you have going on digitally around the world, they operate from certain areas.
Yeah.
And the Philippines was one of them.
Is that right?
Through this POGO situation.
Oh. And so the POGO places, they're all throughout the Philippines now?
They were.
Oh, they were
eradicated since Marcos came back, which I think is a good thing culturally. But for a lot of the Philippine developers, real estate developers, things like that, they loved it. Because these guys were renting the condos taking up the commercial offices. So things were booming,
Okay.
but not by the right people.
So in all in one place, you would have gaming, gambling, and
Gaming,
prostitution.
yeah, and prostitution,
Wow.
and whatever you can think of, the worst kinds of digital online commerce that you would have. So it was bad. It was.
But they were really sort of out in the open. They would be,
They would be dining everything. So economically speaking, people who catered to them, I guess restaurants, they didn't mind it because there was this influx of economic activity related to these people living in the Philippines. It was good for them.
Yeah.
Landlords.
so a lot of Chinese people came with these POGOs.
Yes.
Yeah, I see.
So the
Big influx.
and so they didn't really benefit Filipinos. They weren't employing Filipinos. So that didn't help the Filipino
Okay.
worker.
But the Filipino workers obviously were lining up. They weren't appealing just to Chinese people that were here. The Filipinos were going to these POGO places.
There was some interconnectivity economically with regards to other the food industry, the real estate industry.
Yeah.
So there were some benefits, and then overall you would see GDP kick up a bit because of this activity, but it was bad activity.
And what was the time frame on this?
So 2020.
Oh,
Before 22, so we're
Really
talking
recent.
2016 to 22,
okay.
and right with
During
COVID in between.
Duterte's, or during,
Exactly during Duterte's
Okay.
administration, the 6 years. Yeah, and then so there was talk that the POGOs would pay a fee to allow them to come in,
yeah,
and maybe Duterte and his
That to
cohorts
grease some
would
palms.
benefit from
Yes,
this. Yeah,
of course.
Grease of palms were coming. from
trickle
it.
down. Yeah. And that's interesting that was Duterte. He was sympathetic with the Chinese. Now you've got
Sympathetic.
Marcos in, who's sympathetic with the U.S.
Correct.
And then if his daughter gets in, reports are that she's sympathetic with the Chinese again. You'll flip flop.
You would assume that, yeah.
Wow.
You would assume that.
But you have to wonder, would she have the same capacity for corruption as her father?
You never know.
Okay.
You never know. But I tell you, power corrupts.
Yeah.
So when you get
absolutely.
up there, and it's not only an easy thing to do, it's kind of like for you to control that power, you have, I mean, all the Congress around you, all are requiring this kind of
Yeah. It's kind of like
greasy.
if I don't take this money, somebody else will.
Somebody else will. It's a cancer.
It is.
It's in there.
But now you're saying the POGOs, they haven't been shut down.
No, they are. Congress has passed on bills that make it illegal, so there's no more POGO.
Oh, it's completely legal.
It's completely gone.
Oh,
Completely
and
gone.
when did that
So
go
that's
into?
good in my opinion.
Yeah.
That has happened in the last 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Slowly. Yeah.
Cleaned it up.
Yeah, which is great. Which is great.
Do you think many of those Chinese people went back to China?
They went back to China.
I see. Okay.
And then through this process, they raided a lot of these places and found exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Places of prostitution, and
But everyone sort of knew that there was prostitution going on.
everybody knew. They just closed their eyes because the money was so big. Right?
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. If you let it linger on so long, it
Yeah.
becomes part
Harder
of
to root it out. Yeah.
part of the culture, part of the society. It
Yeah.
could have gone really bad.
It's funny, just as an aside, I was at a coconut, getting a coconut maybe a week or so ago on the side of the road. There are these brothers that are around Lapu-Lapu, but they're big talkers, and you feel like there's some angle to it. And they always want to
There's always an angle.
they were wanting me to go to a gun range, shoot some guns, but they were also agents I found for these prostitution places. They call them lady shops. And so every time I see the guys, are you ready to go to the lady shop?
That's what they say.
It's like, they say it's only 6,000 pesos. So they say it's a real cheap deal. But I wonder there's obviously prostitution around, but are these lady shops, are they brothels?
Prostitution all over the world.
Of course, yeah. But here it's not
Especially in
really,
Asia.
I haven't seen anything looks like it's out in the open.
No, it's because it's illegal. it's illegal.
Yeah.
It's not like Amsterdam or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's illegal, but it's not policed
They look the other way.
heavily. Yeah. I mean, in many ways, implementation of things that are illegal, we don't have enough of a police force that's active.
Oh, really?
I would say for a lot of the illegal,
You don't have vice units and other
we
branches.
supposedly do, but
Okay.
they've got lots of things in their inbox to do, and they're not.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, they may be involved.
Well, I remember the guy
In many of these things,
we were
so-
talking to last time. He was saying that the police here make so much money.
Yeah.
Is that true? Yeah.
James, yeah.
Yeah.
They do because
They're some of the wealthy and
they're
quote unquote
greased,
wealthiest. Yeah.
Of course.
Well, just like I said, I heard about the stories of the traffic cops that they shake you down. They'll pull you over just to get you to.
Just to get you,
Yeah.
And so you go higher up the food chain, you go to the military for the government officials to, and many of the tycoons here to control their areas, they have to have the military on their side. So the military people are some of the wealthiest people in the country. For
Is
sure.
that right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
The generals, the higher up you go, the more wealth you're gonna
and that's the case
anywhere.
in all of South America, I would say, Colombia,
Yeah.
even in Iran. I mean, military, as long as you have control and support of the military,
Yeah.
you can do a lot of things.
Yeah. Huh. But most of the military apparatus is in Manila. Is that true?
Yes, yeah, the centralized
Yeah.
military is over there.
Yeah. Huh. The Manila, you have BGC. What's the other popular area? I forget the other big area there besides BGC.
Well, Makati.
Makati, that's it.
Makati
Yeah.
area, BGC.
Yeah.
Those are the central business districts there, the main areas.
Yeah. So are you at all fearful of getting an administration that's sympathetic to China again in?
I personally am.
Okay.
As you know, I'm aligned with the Americans and all that,
Yeah.
and I like what they bring in.
Yeah.
I would like us to strengthen our relationship with America a little more, just because they've been there and done that. They know how to guide us. I have no worry that they're going to abuse us in any way. I think they mean well for us.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There may be some I'll pat your back and you pat mine kind of situation, but they're always win-win.
Yeah.
I worry of China looking at this in terms of actually controlling and taking it for themselves for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think that's their aim.
While America would set their influence to strengthen alliances and promote economic progress for both countries.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
Do you think most of the people feel the same in the Philippines? That they would?
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Well, that's
There's
kinda-
very little trust for China right now. Very little.
Well, it's just kind of surprising that Duterte's daughter would be so popular when she's known to be more of a China sympathizer.
so she might play the game right and play a non-conflictive kind of thing and make friends with both. So not piss off China, but then continue to strengthen the alliance with the U.S. How she's going to do that, I'm not sure.
Okay. But you don't think she'd go so far as to allow these POGOs back in?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so. I think she would be a more moderate president than her father was.
I see. Yeah.
For sure. So in that regard, I would say she's a step in the right direction from her father. A step in the right direction for any politician here, I have no idea, because they're all the same.
But do you think she'll be better than Marcos, or would you? Who knows?
I have my doubts,
Yeah.
but Marcos wasn't that great either. So
Oh, really? He had his own shortcomings.
yeah, but they all do. They all do. They you know.
They're always different than what they profess to be before they get in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the system just
I mean,
has its way with everyone.
I don't know enough from the inside, and I shouldn't be throwing rocks at glass houses from the outside.
Yeah.
Because I myself wouldn't be willing to do public service.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Although it sounds as the most profitable thing.
yeah, I believe there's better people out there that could balance it. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be a broker and get 10% for your efforts or something like that, but you don't have to rip people off and rip
No.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you want to be known as somebody that could benefit the whole country and you could be proud of them? And, you know what I mean?
You'd think
I think
most
you
people-
and I would.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They always
I know.
say that you get to that position of
I
power
know.
and it corrupts you. It's
Yeah,
like they almost talk in terms of you have no choice. You kind of
Yeah. It's like in the U.S., you think you go into public service with that attitude, but they end up, most of them end up getting a lot richer
that's right.
after they're in office.
That's
Yeah.
right. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, in many ways, and now we're getting into politics. I would say the perfect situation. This is me not knowing. I'm not a political scientist, but I always thought 3 is better than 1 or 2 because there's always one person that give you the third option.
So you
right?
mean like a triumvirate of
Yes,
power?
in the U.S., I think it would better to have one more party.
Yeah,
In the Philippines,
I do too.
they start a different party every week, so we have hundreds of parties.
Hundreds of
So
them.
they're meaningless.
Yeah, yeah.
They're meaningless. They're just a way to establish a cohort of followers.
But over there are still 2 main parties?
No, people transfer to parties. There's no two-party system here. Hundreds of parties.
So what party is Duterte a
There,
part
there
of?
are there are parties that are larger than others. Duterte's party would be okay. That would be one.
Which one?
I don't even know what it is.
Oh, you know the name?
Oh,
of it?
yeah, yeah.
It's not like Democrat, Republican.
No,
you know.
so there would be Marcos's party, but then Marcos's party, when Duterte comes into power, would lose some people and go to the Duterte party.
I see.
Duterte party would go.
Very
so
fluid.
it's not solid. It's not like the Republicans and the Democrats
Yeah, where they have platforms.
that are
and they-
lifers. I mean,
Exactly.
they're in
Yeah.
that team for years, right?
That's right.
Very
That's true.
few times do you have people,
Yeah,
and they're built on ideologies that are conservative,
or liberal, yes.
maybe even geographically located, right? The Midwest, California, things like that. They're solid. But the problem in the U.S., I think, is they're too much into each team that it's polarizing.
Yeah, exactly. It's completely polarized.
Why don't you guys have a cup of coffee in the middle and say,
Yeah.
I know your team is the best team, but why don't we talk about maybe this worked better? So that's why I say a third party is good.
I know. I think it sounds like a
Virtually
very
impossible.
logical idea. Yeah, but it's been tried many times.
Yeah.
Third-party candidates never
Yeah.
get anything.
So we're way behind over here. It would nice to have at least 2 solid parties.
Yeah,
And then at least, so with 2 solid parties, at least you have one person balancing the other. But here, it's not.
well, when the
It's too loose.
Philippines first took the system that the Americans, they implemented America's form of government, basically. Did it start out with just 2 parties? Or did they,
Good question. I don't know.
yeah, it just morphed into this
Did America start that way, just having 2 parties? The ideology was that way.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think because you had the Whigs back then and you had, I forget what
Exactly. So I
if the
think,
other parties
I think
were.
the conservative Republican Party sort of consolidated. I don't know much about politics, but you know,
I think you're right. I
you
think
have liberalism. You have
we got a lot of things to look up from this because I want to.
I know. Interesting stuff. We're covering a lot of bases.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So.
all right, I'll top it up.